Okay, I got the other side of plastic off over there. This piece here, I do not know what it's called, but I just unsnapped it from here and I worked it a little bit and it came off. I'll just set that aside. This has got a flapper valve in it right here that's obviously vacuum operated. I don't know what it is, but there's a hole down here that goes on, that this flapper goes on, and then this side here that's open goes right here. Well, there's screws back here. We got to get those off to get this air filter off. So I'm going to go ahead and take all these air filter screws out. It's pretty heavy for an air filter. Oh, it's got a chunk of steel on the bottom of it. I guess that's a backfire screen there. Well, there's our two carburetors. It looks like we got 6 screws, 3 for each carburetor, holding this pan here on. Obviously that has to come off. And I know we got a tube that goes to this piece here that's underneath. I remember the guy on the other video, he had trouble getting the hose back onto this. Okay, looks like the line that's holding on to me here is this drain down here on the bottom. Yeah, this little drain right here for the when this thing gets fuel spilled into it. So either we take this end off of it down here so we can have some room to work with it. I think that's probably the best thing to do. I got that drain hose loose. I could take it off of this pan up here, or I could leave it on there, either way. But I'm going to take this vacuum hose off down here. I'm going to try to get hold of that. I can just see if it's got a clamp on it. I don't think it does. I just get it to twist on that fitting, then I can pull it off. There we go. Okay, that's off. I'll go ahead and take this off. Won't be hard to figure out where that goes. Okay, there's a bigger tube here that goes on this big hose right here, and then this one down here that fell down in here. If we can see that, got my fingertip on it right here. That goes on this breather, this PCV. I'm going to guess it's PCV breather. That goes on that. This thing is about pinched shut. I may wind up turning this thing upside down using the other end of it up here. Trying to figure out the least amount of parts to take off. I can either break this hose loose right down here or up here. I'm going to go ahead and get it on this lower end down here where it tees into these 2 other hoses. much gas is supposed to run out of that or not. See if I can find a cup to put that in. Wasn't that much. Well, I'm going to keep getting vacuum lines disconnected as I need to. I could take this thing off or just leave it on there. I don't think it's going to bother me if I leave it on there. It's looking to me like all of these vacuum lines are staying on the carburetor, so I'm going to disconnect the ones that come off the carburetor and go somewhere else, which is this one right here. That's the longer one, and then the shorter one is right here. And then we got two bigger ones down here. And since I don't know what they are, what they do, I don't want to mix them up, so I'm gonna disconnect one of them at the carburetor. And one of them over here where they plug into. Got those disconnected, and the only thing I don't like is that these rubber hangers that hold these, whatever these solenoid things are, they're rotted and they broke off, so I'll have to zip tie this stuff together when I put it back. But yeah, the long one plugs in over here, and the other one I took off up here on this end, so that way there won't be any confusion, since they were both at the same length. I don't have to figure out which one goes where now. It's kind of obvious. Time to get the long screwdriver and get those screws off the boots on the side. Okay, I took a straight screwdriver, a small one, that is long enough to reach down to the top of those boots, and tried to work it in between the boot and the throat of the carburetor. And I did that on both of them as best as I could reach. And I started working and pulling on both sides, and I felt it break loose. So it is coming up out of there. But I'm still concerned about those antifreeze lines. Well, I kept jerking and pulling on it, and I finally broke it loose. It came up out of there. Now I still got to deal with those antifreeze lines. I'm going to try to get the camera down there. I'll have to take it off the tripod. Well, it's not even on a tripod, it's on a boom. Alright, I'm going to try to get this on there. I need 3 hands. Only got 2, so I got a flashlight in one hand, camera in the other. So that hose right there is one of them. And there's another one just like it. Where's the other one? It's over to the left of it, but it's underneath where I can't see it right now. It's underneath this bundle of vacuum lines. So there's 2 of them down there. And maybe we can see the second one right there. There's the second one there. That one and this one. Got to get those off of there. Well, I had it in view, now I don't. There they are. Man, you guys don't know what I gotta go through to get a camera in here. I slid the clamp down already. I'm pushing the hoses off. They're off. I don't know what I'm going to do to get them back on. Okay, the throttle, or the idle adjuster right here. That's got to come out from under there, because that's going to come out with me. And I'm looking for anything else. There's some kind of a wire down here. What is that? Electric cable plugged in and on with a screw. I don't know how I'm going to get to that just yet, but I'm going to take these throttle cables off right here. I'm going to take those off, and then I can maybe get to this wire that's down there. Have to get another 10 millimeter, need two of them. In my case, on this 88 model, I don't know to what year they changed it. The other guy's video, Clifford's video, he took some cables off that were over here on this end that went to his cruise control. Well, mine has a different kind of cruise control, I think. And what's happening right here, this switch that's down here, that I'm going to have a bear of a time getting the wires off, that is a cancel for the cruise control. When you push the throttle all the way open, all the way closed, and then you push it back some more, that's another cancel. Just like if you hit the brake or something like that, that would kick the cruise off, or the clutch. And that's another. But there's a wire right down here, I'm going to try to get that on camera, that goes to that switch. And this is coming back to me because the cruise didn't work when I bought it, and I had to find out how to fix it. And I got the wiring to it, and so this wire right here I'm pulling on both ends. So I'm just going to unplug it here and pull that out. Just leave that on the carburetor. But I still am having trouble getting these throttle cables off of here. When I figure out how I did that, I'll let you know. I think I figured something out. I pull the throttle back all the way like this. Okay, that's accelerating full blast. Now if I pull this cable up over the top of this, so that it's on that side like that, now the cable's free enough that I can go on ahead and unhook this little barrel end of it. Well, it was. Okay, that's all you got to do is get one off, and then the other one will come off. But the cables are still on here. How do I get them off of there? Oh, there it comes. Comes off like that now. Or at least that one did. I'll fight with it. If I have to bend something to get it off, I'll do it. Oh, here we are. We're off of there now. Of course, I got to figure out which one is which when I put them on there. this thing is off. Got it out of there. There's one more vacuum line hanging on it over here. Or one more cable. I don't know what that is. One more cable up in here. Well, if you got an 88, you'll just have to turn it over and get that cable off. Got them off of there. Here it is in my hand. So that will be the end of the video for getting them off. Now we're going to do another video on cleaning them up.